back to winning ways today and more like we were probably a month ago?
Yeah, the intensity and the drive amongst them is a lot better today, and we may be all guilty of taking our foot off the pedal and just let standards drop just slightly. Possibly, we had chats this week about it, and as you say, when they're playing with that intensity in the game, they're as good as anybody in this league.
We just looked so solid, and we could have had more goals. As I say, it just reminds us of the run a few weeks ago. What's the difference?
Attitude, I think.
Yeah.
Attitude for everybody on the front foot. Back three coming winning headers at the highest point, not letting centre forwards bring it down, giving them no time on the ball. Midfielders squeezing, winning play high. Centre forwards making runs, good in possession. Just generally where we've been, as you say, over periods for two and a half months of it. Just right back in it today, I think, and I think it was just down to the mentality.
We won a lot of ball in their half as well. When we pressed, other lads recognised when they had to press, and we won some regains in the opposition's half. So it was all very positive.
And we missed a couple of chances before we got the first one.
Yeah, Rushy, might have been a little bit rusty, but dragged his shot wide, didn't he? But I think we always needed a second goal. I don't know, when it's 1-0, you always, a mistake at this level can cost you. And the second goal, I thought we showed how comfortable it was, and it was a well-taken goal on it. A fantastic goal. Yeah,
and really the only chances they had were created by our own errors, but they were very few as well.
Yeah, I mean, the first half I don't think they had a chance, did they? Or a shot, anything to think of, and that's when, in other games, when we've gone ahead, we've dropped off and then we've conceded. You need to go and just keep your mentality like we did first half, and then second half was just headers, wasn't it? Or like you say, we let a couple of balls bounce in amongst our defensive third. Yeah, well, we didn't go ahead, and we tried to bring them down and wait, and then they had a little 10-minute spell where they were possibly pushing a little bit harder, pressing us a little bit higher. Just rattled us a little bit, but Macca made a save, and then we had a tackle towards the end. But generally, it was very comfortable. I think for them to get anything from the game would have been an injustice, and to get the second when we did just nailed, they'd lost all fight after that.
So we've got 3 games left now, and how close are you? Are you already decided in your minds the players that you want to try and keep for next season? Not that I'm expecting you to name names.
I think we've got a good idea, haven't we?
Yeah, what I think you've got to do is judge them over the whole period rather than just, people were saying negative stuff about 1 or 2 over the last couple of weeks, but then the last 2.5 months before that, we were absolutely flying, and you could have put a case for every single one of them. So we've just got to make sure that A, they want to stay for the right reasons, and 2, we can't find better elsewhere, because sometimes there is a case of thinking there's better elsewhere when maybe there isn't. So it's a fine line, but we've got an idea, and we've spoken to quite a few now off the record, and they're happy to stay based on what we've said to them. So hopefully by next weekend we may be able to put someone will be able to put pen to paper, and we can get it sorted and wrapped up, and then they can relax. Then there's nothing better as a player to know where you are while you go away for your holidays.
Of the last 3, two of the 3 are at home. How do you see those games?
We want to go and win them, don't we? We want to finish the season as positive as the last sort of 4 months have been, 5 months. So, like the gaffer says, we're not going to take the foot off the pedal. We're going to go in and try and win all the next 3 games and finish with a load of confidence, and then try and take that into next season and pre-season, and we'll start again then. Hard work. We'll start pre-season.
Yeah, unfortunately, our better performances in this run have genuinely been on the road. Obviously, we had the great win against North Ferriby and Guiseley at home, but we've drawn a few and lost to Worcester at home. How do you make things better for the Holker Street faithful in these last 2 games?
Results.
I think in possession of the ball, we haven't been as good at home. When people have sat deep against us, we've struggled to break that down. So I think in possession we've got to be quicker with it, a little more intensity. The 2 games you mentioned, the Ferriby and the Guiseley, we were front foot, we were right in their face. We won it high up the pitch. In other games where you think at home you should possibly win them, we've took it off slightly. So we need to be in the face of Bradford Park and make it difficult. I don't think they'll come and sit behind the ball. They'll play free flowing and have a go at us. I think that generally when we've beat teams that have come and done that to us, we're at our best when we're winning it high, because they're leaving spaces for us. So hopefully, the game will be a decent one at Bradford, and the fans will see possibly the real us.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thanks.